Okay, we're going to look at some of these word problems and write some expressions. So here, number 10, it says, the table shows ticket prices at the movie 16 theater. Let A represent the number of adult tickets, C represent the number of children's tickets, and S represent the number of senior citizen tickets. So the first thing I'm going to do is A is adult. So A is for adult. C is for children's tickets. So these are my variables. And then S is for senior citizen. Okay, part A here. So you can see the prices here. Adults tickets are $8.75. Children's tickets are $6.50. And then senior citizen tickets are $6.50. They want us to represent, and they write an expression to represent the total cost of the three types of tickets. Okay, so you need to think about, if I'm going to buy one of each ticket, or multiples of each ticket, I should say, how am I going to write that to add it all together? Okay, so for example, A is going to be my variable for the adult tickets. C is going to be my variable for the children's tickets, and S is going to be my variable for the senior tickets. So I want to know a total cost for all three types. So what I'm going to do is take the price of the adult ticket, which is $8.75, and I would multiply that by A. So it would be $8.75 times A would give me the total cost for the adult tickets. So for example, if we had bought 10 adult tickets, it would be $8.75 times 10, okay? I would add to that the price of the children's tickets times the number of children's tickets we purchase, which would be our variable of C. So the cost is $6.50 multiplied by however many we purchase, which is the variable C, okay? Then we would add to that the cost of the senior citizen ticket, which is $6.50, and we would multiply that by however many senior citizen tickets we purchase. So there's our expression, okay? So $8.75 times A plus $6.50 times C plus $6.50 S. There's your expression for the total cost of the tickets. Now, I put the chart into this question again because I wanted us to be able to see it. And what this is saying here is they're saying the Andrews family. So now we have a specific family. They're going to go to the movies, and they're going to buy 2 adult tickets, 3 children's tickets, and 1 senior citizen ticket. They want us to evaluate our expression in part A to find the total number of costs for the tickets. Well, our expression in part A, if you remember, was $8.75 times A plus $6.50 C plus $6.50 S. Okay? So here we have 2 adult tickets. So that's going to be $8.75 times 2 plus there's 3 children's tickets, $6.50 times 3 plus there's 1 senior citizen ticket. So that's just $6.50 because $6.50 times 1 is $6.50. Okay? So then you would definitely use a calculator for that. And you need to solve. So I'm going to take $8.75 times 2 in my calculator. I get $17.50 for the adult tickets plus $6.50 times 3, $19.50 for the children's tickets. And then my $6.50 comes down. Okay. Then I'm going to combine my $17.50 and my $19.50. And I get $37. I'm going to bring down my $6.50. Then I'm going to add that together. and I'm going to get a total cost of $43.50 for the Andrews family. Okay. Now, I hope you notice I am showing each step of my work, one right underneath the other. I'm not skipping steps. I'm not combining steps. Okay. So we now know that the Andrews family, it cost them $43.50 for their movies. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to erase this. And we're going to talk about the Spencer family. Okay, so the Spencer family, they bought 4 adult tickets and 2 children's tickets. Did they spend the same as the Andrews family? Well, again, our expression was $875 plus $650 plus $650. Okay? So the Spencer family bought 4 adult tickets. So that's going to be $875 times 4 plus, and they have 2 children's tickets. So that's $650 times 2. Now they don't have any senior citizen tickets, so we're not even going to add that on because they didn't buy any. Okay? So I'm going to start evaluating now. So I'm going to take $875 in my calculator. And I'm going to multiply that by 4. I get $35 plus, I'm going to take $650, multiply that by 2. I get $13. I'm going to add that to my 35. I get $48. So did they spend the same amount? The answer is no, they didn't. The Spencer family spent more. $48 is greater than $43.50. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Okay, now we're talking about volume. And so remember, volume is when you're filling something up or how much something can hold in capacity. Okay? Usually when you think about volume, you think of a cube and you're thinking about length times width times height. This formula is a little different because we're talking about this pyramid, okay? So number 16 here says the volume of a pyramid with a square base is given by the expression 1/3 s squared times h, where s is the length of the side of the base and h is the height. Find the volume of the pyramid with a square base of a side length of 24 feet and height of 30 feet. So, first of all, it tells us that our formula is 1/3 s squared times h, okay? And they're telling you that h is the height, so h is equal to height. So this is one where I always say you should list what you know. These kind of problems, it makes it so much easier when you do this. Okay, guys, so please list what you know. So h is your height. S is the length of the side. S is the side of the base. Okay? So here they're telling you that we're going to find the volume of the square pyramid that has a base side of 24 feet. So here S is going to be 24 feet. And it has a height of 30 feet. The height is 30 feet. Okay? So since I know that 1/3 times s squared times h is my formula, I'm going to write that a little bit smaller so I have more room to work. I'm going to put that here. And remember, when 2 numbers or letters touch with algebra, that means multiplication. So I'm going to fill in what I know. This is going to be 1/3 times 24 squared times 30. Okay? So order of operations tells me that I have to do exponents first. So in my calculator, I'm going to take 24 squared, and I'm going to get 576. I'm going to bring that down. Then I'm going to bring down my times 30 and my times 1/3. Okay? So then I'm going to take 576 and I'm going to multiply it by 30. Okay, so then I have 1/3 times 17,280. Now, I haven't taught my class how to do fractions on the calculator. So at this point, what you should be thinking, multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. So you could take your 17,280 and divide that by 3. Or in your calculator, you could take 1 divided by 3 and turn that into a decimal, which is 0.333333 forever. And then multiply that by 17,280. That's what I did. And then you're going to get 5,760 for an answer. Now, you have to make sure that you have the correct label here. And we're talking about volume. So when you talk about volume, we're talking about cubic feet, remember, okay? So our answer here is 5,760 feet cubed, okay? Now number 15 says the area of a square is given by x squared. And that is because a square, remember, all the sides are the same. So you just square one of the sides, that's the same thing as length times width because it's the same number. Where x is the length of one side, Mary's original garden was in the shape of a square. She decided to double the area of her garden. Write an expression that represents the area of Mary's new garden. Evaluate the expression if the side length of Mary's original garden was 8 feet. Well, so think about that. We know that our formula here is going to be x squared, okay? It's right here. Her original garden is the shape of a square, so that's, the sides are all the same. Length times width, x squared, two sides multiplied together. She decided to double. That word double, you should be thinking, when you hear that word, you should be thinking times 2, right? The area. Write an expression that represents the new area. Well, all I need to do is take this x squared and multiply it by 2. So that's just putting a 2 as your coefficient. So 2x squared is our new expression for the new garden, okay? So now they want us to evaluate the expression if the side length of Mary's original garden was 8 feet. So that's going to become 2 times 8 squared. So it's going to be 2 times 64. And I'm going to put that in my calculator. 2 times 64. I'm going to get 128 feet squared. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Okay, now number 17, it says consider the expressions 3x times x minus 2 plus 2 and 2x squared plus 3x minus 12. Now I know that looks really complicated, but it's really not. Once we start solving, you're going to see it's not so bad, okay? So wants us to evaluate each expression for x equals 2 and x equals 7, okay? So they want us to take 2 and plug it in for x in each one, okay? So this is going to become 3 times 2 on the outside, and then this is going to be 2 minus 2 here plus 2. So order of operations tells me I need to solve inside parentheses first. 2 minus 2 is 0. I'm going to keep these parentheses there. Bring down my 3 times 2. Bring down my plus 2. I'm going to start here and say 2 times 0 is 0. Bring down my 3 times. Bring down my plus 2. 3 times 0 is 0. Bring down my plus 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to plug in a 2 for x in this expression. So this is going to become 2 times 2 squared plus 3 times 2 minus 12. Well, 2 squared, order of operations says I have to do exponents, right? So 2 squared is 4. 2 times 4 plus 3 times 2 minus 12. And then I have 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 times 2 is 6, minus 12. 8 plus 6 is 14. Bring down my minus 12 because I have to work left to right now. 14 minus 12 is 2. So, are these two expressions equivalent when x is 2? So your answer to that is yes. When x equals 2, they are equal. Okay? So that wasn't so hard, right? We just plugged in 2 right into that expression given to us and solved. So now, let's take a look at it and see if we can do the same thing for x is equal to 7. See if they'll be equivalent for that. Tell me, take a second and think. Will they be equivalent? You should be able to tell right now. I think I'll go yellow on this one. So when I plug a 7 in for x, this is going to be 3 times 7. This is going to become a 7 minus 2 plus 2. I'm going to start with my parentheses. 7 minus 2 is 5. I'm going to keep those. And this is a 3 times 7 plus 2. I'm going to start here with 7 times 5 is 35. Bring down my plus 2 times 3. Okay, so then I'm going to take 3 times 35. I get 105. Bring down my plus 2. I get 107. Over here, it's going to become 2 times 7 squared plus 3 times 7 minus 12. Then it's going to become 2 times 49 plus 21 minus 12. 2 times 49 is going to be 98 plus 21 minus 12. 98 plus 21 is 119 minus 12. I'm going to get 107. Look at that. Yes. When x is equal to 7, the expressions are equal at 107. Okay? All right, so we did a lot of, I showed you how to write the expressions, how to pick out the keywords, how to list what you know, and how to plug in the x's or the numbers, the variables given to solve and evaluate the expression. So you are going to work on some on a formative today, and you're going to have a quiz tomorrow. All right, comment or email if you have any questions. Thanks.